Welcome back to Backwoods Hustle. Today I'm going to show you all my thrift store. It's what I do with all the stuff we find at the junk removals and demolitions we do. I decided one day that it would be a little more beneficial for me to open up a little thrift store at our local flea market and sell a lot of the good things that we find to help bring some extra cash to us, because we do things way cheaper than a lot of people, so we ain't making a crap load of money or getting rich off this stuff. I mean, so those that get into junk removal, it's dirty work and it's hard work. You run into some real nasty homes. People use bathroom in buckets and leave them in the house. You run into squatters. A lot of people just live nasty. We found a lot of good clothes and stuff at this last job we done, and a few antiques and older things, old games. And not everything's great that you find. What are you doing? Sweet girl had to go inspect. She's one of the strays out here. She won't let us keep her inside or nothing. So she roams. She's fixed. She's been around our house now for quite a few years, and she's sweet as can be, but we call her Sweet Girl, and she hangs out around here. But anyway, back to the money making with junk removals. Not everything is great. I guarantee out of all the jobs we do and stuff, we probably get 70 or 80% trash and about 20 to 30% stuff we can actually sell and make money with. We did get a couple of good bicycles off of that one. Surprisingly, I sell bicycles pretty decent. We got some nice old wood shelf. Been out here in my trailer and it rained, but it's a pretty cool, probably some old man made it or something. We find a lot of woodworking pappies, it's like I like to call them. We find a lot of wood workshops and stuff in the houses we do. But we get a lot of stuff. We find cars, boats, antiques. The stuff people leave behind is crazy. We will get literally entire homes, like people are still living there, full to the brim of things. We find a lot of really cool stuff. Tools, cars, guns, boats. I can't even name it all. And we've ran across some really good stuff. Don't think you're going to get rich off this stuff either, because a lot of it is just like hand-me-down kind of things, you know. If you're going to have a place at the flea market, you've got to have flea market prices, not new store prices. Now, if you want to sell stuff for a little more, sell online, and you'll do a lot better with that stuff. But the cheaper things, stuff like that, it's better to sell online, or at the flea market, I mean, than online. And then the more expensive things, it's better to sell online. But I do both at my flea market just because I get so much crap and I don't have the storage or the money to pay for storage. So I try to get rid of it fast. And I hate doing that a lot, because there's a lot of things, if I take the time, I could actually make some good money with. So that's what I'm trying to do now, is reshape things with my businesses so I can make better profits and better support my family with these businesses I have. And so that's what I'm doing now. So I'm trying to have better prices, and I need to stop being lazy and start selling online, because a lot of people do make money on there if you know how to hustle right. And I'm getting ready to head down to the flea market now. I'll show y'all my booth. I've been there now for 3 years. I mean, don't get me wrong, it pays for itself, and then I get a lot of little extra money on the side too. But I just feel like I could be making a lot more money than I do with my flea market booth. All right, before I head to the flea market, I just want to show y'all some of the stuff I got. This is only a small portion of my collection up here of things we've got off jobs, older toys from the 80s, 90s, that Batman and Robins from the 60s. So is that swamp creature thing back there, and a bunch of them old toys up there on the top shelf, them old trucks. I got a Billy beer, an old Black Label, a Dale Earnhardt, soda, just a bunch of knickknacks. That's a Esso gas station Tiger thing. Old lunchbox up there. This is all from houses. I mean, that's a cool dealer's choice car game. These guys are really cool. I'll have to show y'all another day. I'll go through and like take stuff down and show y'all some really cool things. But we got a lot of cool stuff we found. This is some handmade little guy from Mexico, and it's pretty old, probably 1960s or 70s. Which, I mean, they don't really seem too old for us older ones, you know, but the years are flying by, so that's all real vintage stuff now. And got another, them were like molds from the 60s, the Dracula and the Swamp Thing I got, and that's from the space shuttle disaster in the 1980s. I've got tons more at my workshop that we rent for our business, and also at the flea market that we're going to go see. Of course, I sell a lot of stuff, so not a lot of stuff stays in there. But let's get down the road and get to the flea market and hopefully make some money today. I'm getting there a little late this morning. It's another thing. I got to get motivated enough to where I can get up earlier and get more out of my days and make more money out of my days. I've been so demotivated and stressed out and just, I don't know, I've been stuck in a little box in my mind, I guess. So I really need some motivation to get hustling harder and stay at it. I do enjoy this stuff, but it's a hard life when you work for yourself and you're trying to make a buck. This is the Tri-Cities flea market that I'm pulling into. So there's a bottom part down here, and then up there is another top part. I'll go up there and show you all the top part when I leave today. But we're in building 10 here. My only complaint is the parking here for vendors. They don't put no signs up or nothing keeping people that aren't vendors from parking through here. Like, there's a few cars through here I see who are not vendors, because I've been here, like I said, 3 years. That's my only complaint. And plus, you know, they keep raising rent on booths here, so it makes it harder on people to make money, especially at a flea market. People don't want to come pay new prices at a flea market. All right, so this is my side door I enter at. So this is the booth. We have a net that we roll over and lock up right here. This is one of the old sleighs that we found in one of the houses we done. It's pretty cool. It's from 1960s. I'm asking 60 bucks for it, which is pretty cheap, a little cheaper than online, but I'm also going to try and sell it online. That way I can get what I'm asking out of it. Here's a few other things up here. We got some old miner helmets and hats. Some randoms there. I got cleared out last time I was in here. That's a pretty old painting from like the 70s with an old frame. We got a bunch of glass, old glass, milk. Got milk bottles, old Coke glasses. There's a bunch of randoms in here. Old peanut butter jar from the 60s. Bunch of little knickknacks here and there. Most of my cool stuff gets grabbed pretty fast, but I mean, I still got some things that are pretty neat. These are red line Hot Wheels. like the first year they come out. Quite a few of these I kept, but these are some I'm selling here at the flea market. I need to post them online and see about what I can get out of them. We got Christmas stuff out. We get a lot of newer things as well. That's usually stuff I sell cheaper. And here's some more old glass and stuff from the 70s, 60s, 50s, and older. More old orange juice, milk jugs and stuff. Transformer things that they used to use. Got a few of those. I just brought some more today. You got some oil lamps. This is for catching beetles. It's pretty neat. I got a little cleared out last time I was here, so I got some openings. I got a bunch of cool old posters. I'm keeping these. They're just for looks. I don't sell those. They've been up here for a while. But also Crosby, Stills and Nash album cover. I thought it was pretty cool. Didn't have no album in it, just the cover. So I thought it was pretty neat. This is an old cool picture I saved from going in the trash. A lot of families leave behind family photos and stuff, and sometimes I don't know what to do with them. I just thought this one was really cool, from 1946, old softball team. We live in Bristol, Tennessee, so we have Bristol Motor Speedway. I have a crap load of old NASCAR memorabilia and stuff from back in NASCAR's heyday with Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt, and all them guys. And even older stuff with like Neil Bonnet and stuff like that. Here's another Dale poster. That one I'm keeping as well. This is a cool old smash up derby game for kids from the 1960s, I believe. No, 1972. I was wrong. I got it wrote on the sticker. That's pretty cool stuff. Come with these cars and you just smash them together. There's a few extra cars and parts in there. It's an old sub-search game. That's like the precursor to Battleship. And Witch, that's a really cool game from 1970. That one's from 1973. Old G.I. Joe Eagle Force. I only got $2 on that. These I am asking a little more for the Witch, $40 and 20 for sub-search. And then I got a bunch of little these little guys, old metal cars and stuff from the 60s and 70s, and even some from the 80s, some toys from the 80s and stuff. I got a lot of randoms, old ties from the 90s, more milk jugs and stuff. These heels are from the 60s. A few other old stuff. Pretty cool old Harlem Globetrotter magazine. It's pretty neat. Just a bunch of old car magazines. More NASCAR stuff. Also got an old Nintendo over here. I got a GameCube at the house that I kept. I get a bunch of old game systems. An old Zelda book for cheat codes. Got a crap load of games right now I'm getting ready to go through. Some are newer, some are Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, and other stuff. Of course. A lot of old VHSs too. I got a crap load of like Disney ones and everything else as well. There's stuff down there in the back. You see Beethoven, Pocahontas, Lion King. This thing right here is one of my favorite things. It's pretty cool.
This putt for the match.
This thing new is like $70, $80. So I put $35 on it. Priced it high for the flea market, but I like it. So if someone wants to give me 35, they can take it. If not, I'll just keep it here for a lot. The most recent house we done, we found this Piper Cub. It's a model airplane that you put together. It's all wood. I'm trying to see if I got any duct tape, see if I can fix this box a little more, because it did get a little wet on me.
What was the rest of it?
Looks to be everything's in here. Got the directions to put it together. Got the wheels, all that good stuff. Really don't want to yank it all out of the box. So looking up the value on this anniversary edition Piper Cub, the average price for them online is from $300 to $350. I'll show it. I'll show a clip here on the screen of what they're running for online. My box is a little damaged, not in as good a shape as some of the others, but it's never been put together. So I'm kind of thinking maybe post it online for $250 and see if I get any nibbles at it. And I'll leave it in here for sale for the same price. Actually, probably a little cheaper for in person. Online is going to be a little higher than in person. So come to the Tri-Cities Flea Market and buy from me in person. You'll save a lot more money than buying online. Got quite a few games out of this haul. Also found a Nintendo DS. Didn't come with a charger or nothing, so I believe I'm gonna take it home. There is a game in it. Let's see what game is in there. Oh, okay. Namco Museum. It's got Pac-Man and stuff, so that's pretty cool fun. That'll be a separate thing to sell. Might end up keeping, who knows? So I'm not sure if I kept me a DS yet or not. I have to double check all my games and stuff at home. But I'm gonna go through these and look up prices and see what all we got. Okay, so far today, I've just sold a few things. As you can see, $2, $5, $9, $3, 50 cents, $1, 10, 14, 3, and 1. I've made $48.50. I know y'all are like, that's like no money at all. I mean, it's really not. But honestly, I've been sitting here 2 hours now, even. So, I mean, you divide it up, I'm making a little over $20 an hour. So it's not that bad, honestly. I mean, if you go by the hourly, once you add up how many hours you was here during the day and how much you've made, you know, if you're making $20 an hour sitting here at the flea market, nothing better to do. I mean, it's money in your pocket you didn't have. So I'm just sitting here hanging out. I didn't want to have a video the whole time. Let me turn my radio off. I didn't want to have a video the whole time, me sitting here waiting for people to come in and whatever, you know, because it's slow going here. I mean, you'll sit here for a good 15-20 minutes before anybody even walks in your booth. And then you'll get like 20-30 people in here at one time when they do. So it just depends. Right now, I'm still going through some stuff. I got all my games out in price now. I have a whole tote of anime that I got to go through right here. And these are some of the games I went through and started pricing. But I gotta really start going through some of the anime that I got. I got the magazines. These are from like early 2000s, like 2006 and stuff. And then we got books, Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note or whatever. I think my son likes the Death Note. I might keep those for him. But we got a bunch of randoms in here. If anybody knows anything about anime, let me know if you see anything in here that might be valuable or I can get some decent money out of. I mean, a lot of these old magazines are from like early 2000s. Got some old 60s kids toy gun holsters from Bonanza. Pretty cool. They're made out of real leather. I ain't got the guns to all of them, but they're pretty cool find. Something you don't see every day. Of the gun holsters, this one's probably in the best shape and the cleanest. Also probably the nicest. Look at this buckle too. That is pretty cool. This one's gonna sell for the most. I did keep me a couple of my glass insulators for myself. I got a few over there for sale up there with the old glass. I went ahead and brought stuff that I showed y'all in the beginning that was in my van inside. I've been placing things in areas, trying to fill shelves. So it's coming along a little more in here. I'm all the time bringing in new stuff after we do jobs, so I can keep things fresh in here. So we finished the day with $128.50. So after 4 hours today, I made a total of like $32 an hour. That ain't bad at all. Can't beat it. Didn't have nothing better to do today. It's been cold and crappy, so come down here, set up my flea market booth. Made $128.50 I didn't have. Everything in here's free stuff we get from jobs because I bill the jobs for our labor and all that stuff. So we get paid off the jobs, and then all this stuff that we're cleaning out of houses and stuff, I sell. So it's a good profit. That's the little net we have on here to lock it up with. There's my locks. Old brass, vintage locks. So y'all seen the flea market booth. This is where we store everything in our shop. We got a crap load of stuff in here. I also run our business from here. Place is always a mess. We got a little storage building up there. We got an old single wide trailer next to us that we store stuff in. We also have an office at the end of our building right here. I'll show y'all in there in a minute. Right now I've pulled a lot of stuff out, trying to organize this place a little better and maybe hopefully be able to keep it this way. Been going through the shop. I had to bring more appliances over from a house we cleaned out. That's a hot dog stand, but I made some more room in the shop from earlier. We're slowly getting things organized in here better than it was. It's still quite the mess, but it's coming along. This is a hoss of an air tank. Some old man put her together a little more than it probably was from the factory. I don't know, it kind of looks like it's a homemade build to me. But the motor on it has no compression, and this is a good motor. It has great compression. Figure someone could put it up on there and get her back to life. This is part of why I think it's homemade. He put a little steering contraption on it to move it around. So it turns and steers, so you can steer and move the machine. Pretty cool. He definitely put some ingenuity into it. Look at the size of this. It's a bit dirty, but I bet this thing will fire up. They built things to last back then. I'd have to say 1950s at least, he probably built this thing, if not older. Whichever one built it, if it's passed down through his family or what. Could be 40s even. Pretty cool air tank though. That serial number, I'm gonna look this motor up when I get home. We do got a couple other hidden gems in here that we got off of jobs. We got this John Deere 214. It come with a plow. Oh, there's my plow. It's got a plow to it right there. A cool old vintage metal cutting saw over there. A bunch of other randoms. That's an old small block GM V8. Some heads. Pretty sure this is a T50 transmission. Just a bunch of knickknacks. Monster of a snow blower right here. I'm in East Tennessee. I'm not even sure why this old man had a snow blower that size, but this thing is a Hoss 2. It is a 826 John Deere. Just figure I'll show y'all some of our other little cool things we've got off of jobs. We even got all them air tanks off of jobs for cutting torches. But this is our shop. It's a mess, trying to get it all organized. Well, thank you for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed that small clip of me showing my flea market booth, and also a small clip of our messy shop that I'm always trying to organize. And if you like our videos, please hit the like and subscribe. Tap that bell for notifications when we put out new videos. And one more thing, please keep the smart aleck comments to yourself. I really don't care how a lot of you do your own types of jobs. We do ours a certain way, you do yours a certain way. Either way, we get the work done, and we take pride in our work, and we've done this for over a decade. We are not new to the game. We're licensed, insured, and we have a great record behind us. So for all you haters in the comments, I don't give a crap what y'all got to say. You don't like the videos? Keep trucking, buddy, because we don't care. We do what we do to pay our bills, and we're just a bunch of rednecks. We ain't no $1 million company. We ain't got $100,000 business loans, none of that crap. We work day to day, paycheck to paycheck, to keep bills paid and to keep money in our pockets. But I just figured I'd throw that out there because I'm getting a few people in the comments that are kind of annoying. I know that comes with it, you know, posting everything about your life on social media. Those things happen. But we try to be as nice to everybody as we can, because we want to be treated just like anybody else would want to be treated. And we all live on this planet together, so you get more flies with honey. Remember that. But we'll see you guys next time. Keep trucking and keep hustling.